قال المصنف رحمه الله, said the author, may Allah have mercy upon him. وسننها قبل الدخول فيها شيئان. The prayer's recommended acts before commencement are two things. Al-adhan wal-iqamah. You already know that Imam Abu Shuja' did not mean when he would say this many things, that many things. It was not his intent always to give you the exact number. He said al-adhan wal-iqamah, the adhan and the iqamah. Those are two sunnahs of the prayer before commencement. الشرح الأذان في اللغة الإعلام. The explanation is that linguistically, adhan is informing or broadcasting. وفي الشرع, and religiously, it is defined as ذكر مخصوص شرع للإعلام بالصلاة مفروضة. It is a particular dhikr or a special dhikr that was sanctioned for broadcasting an obligatory prayer. A special dhikr sanctioned for broadcasting an obligatory prayer. So that's the definition right there. You're going to take that and memorize it, inshallah. وَأَلْفَاظُهُ مَثْنَى. The expressions of this special dhikr are 2 by 2. إِلَّا التَّكْبِيرَ أَوَّلَهُ فَأَرْبَعَ. Except when you say Allahu Akbar in the beginning, there are 4 of those. وَإِلَّا التَّوْحِيدُ آخِرَهُ فَوَاحِدٌ. And except when you say La ilaha illallah at the end, there's only 1 of those. So you say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. That's 4. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. That's 2. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala salah. Hayya ala salah. Hayya ala al-falah. Hayya ala al-falah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So all of those were 2. La ilaha illallah. And then 1 at the end. That's the end of the adhan, and making salah on the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam afterwards is not part of the adhan, but it's recommended and good. With a loud voice or low voice, with a tune or without a tune. Like you could say, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. With a tune or without a tune, loud or low. وَالْإِقَامَةُ مَصْدَرُ أَقَامَ. And the word iqamah, it's the source of the verb aqama. Aqama yuqimu. Aqama means to make something stand, or to erect something, or to establish something. ثم سمي به ذكر المخصوص لأنه يقيم إلى الصلاة. And that special dhikr was named with this name. Yani a second special dhikr was given this name because it makes the slaves of Allah stand up to pray. It's the Iqamah. والأذان والإقامة مشروعان بالكتاب والسنة وإجماع الأمة. Both the Adhan and the Iqamah are sanctioned religiously by the book, the prophetic way, and the consensus of the nation. قال الله تعالى, said Allah, exalted is He, وَإِذَا نَادَيْتُمْ إِلَى الصَّلَاةِ. When you are called to the prayer, that's the 58th ayah of Surah Al-Ma'idah. وَقَالَ سُبْحَانَهُ إِذَا نُودِيَ لِلصَّلَاةِ. When the call of prayer is made, that's the ninth ayah of Surah Al-Jumu'ah. وَالْأَخْبَارُ فِي ذَلِكَ كَثِيرَةٌ. And the reports, the transmitted reports about the Adhan are numerous. منها حديث مالك بن الحويرث رضي الله عنه. One of them is the hadith of a man named Malik ibn al-Huwayrith. May Allah accept his deeds. قال, he said, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. The messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم said, إذا حضرت الصلاة, when prayer time comes in, فليؤذن لكم أحدكم, then let one of you call the adhan. وَلْيَأُمُّكُمْ أَكْبَرُكُمْ, and let the biggest of you, the akbar amongst you, lead the prayer. Rawahu Shaykhan. That's narrated by the two sheikhs, Al-Bukhari and Muslim. I have not taken the tafsir of akbarukum here, because akbarukum could mean the oldest of you, or it could mean something else. You might call the leader Akbar, al-Akbar, between a group, amongst a group. He's the Akbar, the leader. He might not be the oldest one. He might not be the most knowledgeable one. So I don't know what Akbarukum here means. وَهُمَا سُنَّةٌ عَلَى الصَّحِيحِ. Both of these dhikrs, these special dhikrs, are recommended acts according to what's correct. وقضية كلام الشيخ أنهما ليس بسنة في غير الصلاة المكتوبة. And it can be taken away from what the author said, that these two special dhikrs are not sunnah for other than the prescribed prayers. وهو كذلك, and that's the case. فلا يشرعان في المنذورة والجنازة ولا السنن. Therefore, neither the Adhan nor the Iqamah are sanctioned for a vowed prayer or a funeral prayer or optional prayers, voluntary prayers. وإن شرعت فيها الجماعة كالعيد والكسوف والاستسقاء والتراويح. Even if the voluntary prayer, even if congregation is sanctioned for the voluntary prayer, like the Eid prayer, that's a sunnah prayer that's prayed in congregation, and the eclipse prayer and seeking rain prayer and the Ramadan night prayers. لعدم ورودهما في ذلك. And the evidence that these two dhikrs are not sanctioned for these prayers is that there's nothing reported. There's nothing reported about other prayers concerning these two dhikrs. ثم الصلاة المكتوبة إن كانت مكتوبة في جماعة رجال فلا خلاف في استحباب الأذان لها. Now, furthermore, if this prescribed prayer, when we say prescribed prayer, we mean the five prayers, any one of the five prayers. If this prescribed prayer were a congregation of men, if this prescribed prayer were a congregation of men, then there is no difference in opinion that the adhan is recommended for it. So what's that going to exclude right there? When you're so specific like that, a congregation of men. So that excludes a man who prays alone, because that's not a congregation of men. And it excludes the women, whether praying alone or in congregation, because that's not a congregation of men. وَأَمَّا الْمُنْفَرِدُ فِي الصَّحْرَاءِ. Now, what about a person who's praying alone? And also, he's outside. Someone who's praying alone outside. وكذا في يعني in the out in the country, yani, not in the city. The Sahara, he is in the country. He's out in the land, not in the city. وكذا في البلد. And also, one who is in the city. فيؤذن أيضا على المذهب. Then also this one who prays alone out in the country, in the land, and the one who prays alone in the city. Adhan is also sanctioned for this one too, according to the madhab, according to the Shafi'i school. What about men and women? Let's ask, inshallah. Usually, those cases, when you say the men, the women are included. But let's ask. لأنه عليه الصلاة والسلام قال لأبي سعيد الخدري. And that's because the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said to Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, radiyallahu anhu, may Allah accept his deeds, إني أراك تحب البادية تحب البادية والغنم. He said to Abu Sa'id, I see that you like to be in the outskirts with your flock, a flock of sheep or goats. فإذا كنت في باديتك أو غنمك. So when you are out in the country or the land, or when you are engaged with your flock, فأذنت للصلاة, and then you call the adhan, فارفع صوتك بالنداء, raise your voice with the call. فإنه لا يسمع مدى صوت المؤذن جن ولا إنس ولا شيء إلا شهد له يوم القيامة. For indeed, no genie or human or anything hears the voice of the mu'adhin without being a witness on Judgment Day. He will be a witness. That hearer will be a witness. Rawahu al-Bukhari. That's narrated by al-Bukhari. Before I forget, the adhan is very strong weapon against the devil. You can incorporate the adhan into your tahseen if you want. If you want to do some tahseen for your house, call the adhan in your house. Call the adhan in the middle of your house. Find the four corners of your house and then call the adhan in the middle there. Inshallah will chase the devil away. Doesn't mean he won't come back though. وينبغي أن يؤذن ويقيم قائما. And one should call the adhan standing, as well as make the iqamah standing. مستقبل القبلة, and doing so while facing the qibla. ولا يقطع الأذان بكلام ولا غيره. And he wouldn't interrupt, he shouldn't interrupt his adhan with some talk or with anything else. فلو سلم عليه إنسان أو عطس لم يجبه حتى يفرغ. So if you're calling the adhan, if someone is calling the adhan, and then someone came and gave you a salam or sneezed, then do not respond to that one until finishing your adhan or iqamah. نعم لو رأى أعمى يخاف وقوعه في بئر ونحوه. Yes, had he seen a blind person and he was afraid that he'd fall into a well or the like, وجب إنذاره, it would be obligatory to warn him. ويستحب أن يكون المؤذن متطهرا, and it is recommended that the adhan caller would be on purification, have wudu and ghusl. فإن أذن وأقام وهو محدث أو جنب كره. For one to call the adhan or the iqamah while needing wudu or being sexually impure is disliked, not haram. ويستحب أن يكون صيتا, and it's recommended that whoever calls the adhan would be someone with a loud voice, وحسن الصوت, and a nice voice. وأن يؤذن على موضع عال, and to call the adhan on an elevated spot. وشرط الأذان أن يكون المؤذن مسلما عاقلا ذكرا, and the condition for the adhan is for the caller to be a sane, pubescent male Muslim. لكن لا بأس أن تؤذن المرأة للنساء, but there's no problem with a woman calling the adhan for the women, بحيث لا تزيد على إسماع صواحبها, such that she doesn't exceed her female company hearing her. لا على وجه التشبه بالرجال, and she should not call the adhan in a way that mimics men. ومن غير التعدي إلى إسماع الأجانب, and she should not call the adhan in a way that her voice goes to the marriageable men.